All right, let's get to the midseason media poll from the Ontario Hockey League that was released during the break over Christmas time. Question number 1. Which team most surprised you in the first half of 2025-2026? Ottawa 67s, 67%. The runner-up, the Flint Firebirds, at 28%. Yeah, Ottawa, yeah. I think that's on everyone's list at the top. Well, I mean, I guess only 67%. Yeah, I'll admit I was wrong. I had them out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
For the majority of this season. So what the Ottawa 67s are doing, and of course it's 67% for the Ottawa 67s. The kids are probably going nuts over that stupid meme or video or whatever the heck it is, because we're too old apparently to know what that is. We're in that phase where we're like, what are the kids these days?
I'm glad I don't know what it is.
But yeah, we're very happy we don't know what it. Absolutely. Next up,
I have
Ottawa.
Go ahead, Wardy. I have Ottawa as my most surprised.
Yeah.
I mean, the 67s, like they went from and I have on here, they went from the biggest unknown to being the biggest contender in the OHL. Like that's impressive. And like the rumors of them swirling around and getting more players and buying. I mean, if it fits their system, look out for the 67s.
Yeah. Which underperforming first half team do you think has the best chance of turning things around in the second half? This one for me, like, is Owen Sound underperforming?
I think they peaked too early.
For what people thought they were going to be. Like, I said they were going to be my surprise, but I said it in a way that if they're a 500 team, that's a good season for Owen Sound for what we saw for them coming into the year. And then all of a sudden, just out of the gate, they're just firing on all cylinders. They're at the top. You know, they're competing with Kitchener at the top of the division early on. And you're thinking, oh, what the heck? Like, are they underperforming now? Yes, they've lost 7 in a row.
And they peaked early.
And shout out to Greg Colin for this stat. The 7 straight loss Owen Sound attack are facing the 7 straight loss unless things change Monday night against the Niagara Ice Dogs. Those will be 2 teams that'll be on long losing streak heading into that game in Brampton and Owen Sound. Again, if the Ice Dogs win Monday night, which we are recording before that game happens. But for me, the Owen Sound attack, like before this last stretch, I wouldn't say they were underperforming. Are they back to earth? Maybe, but I wouldn't say they were really an underperforming first half.
Yeah, I think they peaked too early. I think it's one of those things where they had the talk at the beginning of the year. We talked about it at the beginning of the year about where's guys going, where's Carter George getting traded, where are these guys getting traded, and I think maybe they got off that good start. Now this is what they are. I think at the beginning of the season, we were saying, hey, they're the 6th place team in the Western Conference on December 30th. Like, I think we would have said, okay, that's be where they are.
Yeah.
So it's going to depend on goaltending, right? And I think that this team is starting to play where they are. Not a 7 loss in a row type team, but I think that, like, Bedkowski has to come back soon. He got hurt training there in the break. But I think that, Owen Sound is a good option. Like, I think they peaked too early. I think they're a 500 team. I think this is what they are. Yeah. It'll be interesting. I had agree. North Bay as my underperforming first half team, and I had North Bay underperforming just because personal wise, the players. I think players' points are down more than I thought they would have been this year. When I look at North Bay's top half of their lineup, I thought they would have been a little more I thought it would have been a little higher. Their points for players would have been a little higher. So I think in that second half of the season, I think one bold take for me would be North Bay turns that around. And if North Bay starts to get these guys, their veteran players scoring, look out for them in the postseason.
Yeah.
Like, there's a chance, there's an easy chance that North Bay, just 2 points behind Peterborough right now with the game in hand, gets home ice in the first round. I mean, 7 points behind Barrie right now. Like, there's a chance. Like, if their guys start to score and McIver in net, it's like the old saying. Like, we talked about this before about goaltending. London or Ottawa's goalie. Who are you taking? Are you taking McIver or are you taking Horebic? It's another good question. Like, that's why I think North Bay, if they start to get individuals producing a little more, look out for them. Like, that's easy. That's an easy 1 to 2 more wins every week or every 2 weeks. However you want to put it. It's easier you'll get more points. You'll be more successful in the standings. And I think that gives you an opportunity. That's why I had the North Bay Battalion and where they're at, kind of in the middle grounds here in the Eastern Conference.
Runner up for this question, the Niagara Ice Dogs at 17%. Next question. If you had to pick one, what storyline more than any other has characterized the season so far? Leading percentage, the influx of NCAA-bound talent into the OHL at 33%. Runner-up, Brantford Bulldogs, and their 23-game undefeated in regulation streak.
You know what I had? I have the Ottawa 67 saying, hey, not so fast, Brantford. Like, I think the NCAA thing has kind of worked out better than what I would have thought it was.
Yeah, and again, I think there was more emphasis. Like, a lot of people were focusing on how many guys were leaving and what names were leaving compared to, maybe not as sexy a name as Porter Martone or Jack Ivan Kovic.
Exactly.
The
top guys.
I know Gavin McKenna's from out west, but guys who don't have the big names. Like, I mean, for us personally, having a chance to see Cooper Dennis play, yes, he's an undersized player. Did he go undrafted? Yes. But he has been a really nice treat to watch in Brantford this season. Malhotra, again, a guy that's going to Boston. I think he's going to be signed. That's just my personal opinion. I think he's a good hockey player, and I think his NHL club might want to get him signed. But you think of the influx of the talent in the Ontario Hockey League, and again, they're not the big names that you're hearing day in and day out from years past, but they're coming in because this is the best development league in the world, and why not transition from the Ontario Hockey League to the NCAA if you can? Even stay an extra year or two, be a little bit more seasoned heading into the NCAA. Playing against older players, right? It's not a bad thing whatsoever. Again, there was a big emphasis on who's leaving, and not, this guy's coming in. Oh, cool. Oh,
the Ottawa 67.
It's like, yeah, exactly. There's been, I would say, it's been a lot more positive than negative. Which again, a lot of people I think thought it was going to be the opposite, but. The Brantford Bulldogs one is very intriguing to think about. The 23 games in a row where they didn't lose in regulation, that is very impressive.
I think Ottawa hanging in there, being first place in the conference.
Yeah, like this. I don't know.
Where do we pick Ottawa? I picked Ottawa to be 8th at the beginning of the year.
I think I had them 9th. I'd have to look again, but I think I had them in 9th.
I just think that's incredible that they're hanging with a team that everyone picked to win. No problem. Everyone penciled them in to be in Kelowna, and they're just saying, hey, not so fast.
Yeah, you know what? And I think the thing about this Bulldogs run is that it means absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Cool. It gets some regular season points. It means absolutely nothing. And Jay McKee will be the first one to second that motion. It means nothing. Points. It means absolutely nothing.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I just think that's why I think it's an incredible run by Ottawa. I think they're the most underrated team.
Yeah.
Is it right there?
Man, I don't think they're underrated anymore.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Look at right.
Yeah.
Especially looking at my poll. My poll is all Ottawa.
Yeah. Most outstanding player as of right now, 44% Nathan Aspinall, 28% Jake O'Brien.
Really? I wonder what my percentage is. This is impressive. Because you're 9th place in the Eastern Conference and you have the second leading scorer in the OHL. When is the last time this has happened in the OHL? Kieran Walton, 48 points. That's incredible. Remember Sudbury started how bad they were?
Yes. Without him.
And then Walton comes back.
Yep.
Now, man, he's second in scoring on the 9th place team in the Eastern Conference. That's incredible. I don't know if it's MP worthy, but that's definitely right now. If you take Aspinall or O'Brien, if Brantford and Flynn have their full lineups and you take those two players out of the lineup or take Walton out of Sudbury, look at the difference. I think Brantford and Flynn are still a lot better without those two guys than what Sudbury is without Walton. We saw what they were like without Walton at the beginning of the year. I think the biggest thing too with this is for Kieran Walton. What if he gets traded to a big team? What if he gets traded to Brantford?
That might be the first deal that Sudbury's. I shouldn't say one. That's probably not the right word. That might be the best deal Sudbury's made with Brantford over the last 5 years.
What if he gets traded to Flint?
The last two have not been awesome.
What if he gets traded to Flint? Flint, big team.
Then Windsor's really panicking.
Yeah, because Windsor's another team. What if he gets traded to Windsor and plays with Greentree and Spellacy or Belchez? Big guy.
Yeah,
man. If Walton gets traded to an elite contending team, the Windsors, the Flints, Brantford, Barrie, I don't know what Barrie's going to do, but maybe Ottawa. What if he gets traded to one of those top 3 in a conference team? Kitchener. If he gets traded to those teams, where's Walt? He's rating them. He's probably the favorite. That's why I think with Sudbury, if you can do all that damage with Sudbury, no offense to Sudbury, but you're in 9th place in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah. No, there really is zero reason to keep him. Zero.
Big time. Big time you watch, though. Now they're going to go trade for now they're going to go make a Kevin He deal tomorrow, and we're all going to be fired up next week.
Oh, man. I might be
think
more fired up for that than you would if Niagara with all the picks they got.
100%.
It might be bad.
100%.
Yeah.
That would be terrible. It'd be a terrible move. I just think it's a good opportunity. I really like the deal. I would really like this deal for Sudbury to move on from Walton and give him the opportunity to go somewhere and end his junior career successfully. Yeah. And I think he's right in the mix. He's earned that chance to play for a contending team. I just don't think the Sudbury Wolves are going to be a contending team this year. I know they're not. And I just think this is a good opportunity for him to go somewhere and win the Red Tilson. Like, there's a legit chance. If he goes to Flint, like, you imagine him and Aspinall, two big forwards like that. Like, he fits Flint.
Yeah.
If they have the picks to do it, I think if I'm the Firebirds, I'm all over that.
Next, who do you view as the OHL's top 2026 NHL draft prospect? And we have the Wardy Special, a tie. Caleb Malhotra and Chase Reed with 33% of the vote. Runner-up Ethan Belchez. They did not percentage for him, but Malhotra and Reed currently leading right now. I agree with.
Yeah, I have Malhotra.
This is one I would agree with for sure. Again, I'm not a big tie guy, even though I had it in a row on the power rankings.
You're one behind me on ties here. We might be tied for ties.
Yeah,
oh God, we're tied for ties.
Oh,
I haven't had one since the first month. Oh
my
of this
God,
season.
That's man. If anyone listening on the audio platform wondered what that noise was, I dropped my mic in frustration that I was tied and tied. But yeah, Caleb Malhotra for me as well. I don't want to say that was a captain obvious pick, but because Chase Reed has had a really nice season for the Sioux Greyhounds.
He's a top defenseman, Chase Reed, but I just like the top line center.
Yeah, absolutely.
Center, a top line defenseman's huge. Like, it is big. Like, to get the top pairing defenseman, it's huge. But to also get a top line center like Caleb Malhotra is going to be similar to Chase Reed. I think with a center like that, you win. You possess the puck, and especially now in the game, it's all about possession. And I think for Malhotra, I think honestly he's going to be one of the top picks in the draft. I think as a centerman, he's the best center right now in the NHL draft.
Yeah.
A lot of wingers.
Yep. Which OHL player do you view as the most NHL ready? Cole Baudouin of the Barrie Colts with 28% of the vote. The runner-up, Jet Luchenko, now with the Brantford Bulldogs, 22% of the vote. Both those guys, of course, part of Team Canada right now at the World Junior Hockey Championships. Baudouin has an A for Team Canada as well. Jet Luchenko chasing that championship before he moves on to the National Hockey League full-time. Colin Ward, who is your most NHL ready OHLer right now?
Watching Jet Luchenko play, and obviously in person a lot, Jet Luchenko is an NHL player playing in the OHL. I know Baudouin is an elite player, but I think Jet Luchenko, he's played the NHL games already. He's had experience there with Philly. Mm-hmm. Talking with Danny Briere earlier this season about Jet, like the potential for him in the NHL, like the Flyers are excited. That's why, it feels like it's an OHL right to the NHL type move. He's not going to spend a lot of time in the AHL. If any, and I just think for Jet, like, he's an NHL player playing. He's already showcased his capabilities at the NHL level, and he's performed pretty damn well in those chances. So I think Jet Luchenko is an NHL player playing in the OHL, and that's why Jet Luchenko is my most ready player.
Also, you can tell how much Philadelphia Flyers fans watch their prospects develop. There are a lot of people on Flyers Twitter writing off Jet Luchenko just solely based on 2 games at the World Juniors. So clearly Eastern Pennsylvania, not friends or family of junior hockey, and watching Jet Luchenko on a nightly basis, just judging him at the World Juniors over 2 games. That's part of I guess that would be my be better point. It's 2 games. Let's tone it down a bit. The Flyers are not competing for a Stanley Cup within the next 5 years. Let's calm down. Let's take it easy. Although I'm still hoping they'll win a championship before the Leafs do, which I think every team will. So, who has been the OHL's best goaltender so far this season? Ryder Fedorov of the Ottawa 67s getting 78% of the vote. Ben Hrebeck, the runner-up at 17%, which not really a surprise for Hrebeck. He had a really good year last year and split time in the net with the Colts. And now that he is the true number 1, he's showing off right now. But Ryder has been a very nice surprise. Again, goes back to the earlier question, which storyline has characterized the season so far? The influx of NCAA-bound talent in the OHL. Circle this man's name. He's been really good and one of the main reasons why the Ottawa 67s are number 1 in the OHL right now.
Yeah, no, he's my favorite goalie to watch this year in the OHL. I love watching Ryder play. Absolutely agreed. Best goaltender so far. You look at the goals against where he's at. You look at the save percentage where he's at, top 2 in each. Wins, he's in 4th in the OHL. Shutouts, he's in 1st. I mean, he's very well close to a triple crown here in the OHL for his numbers this year. So that's been cool. I think he's been great. Like, and every given game that he plays, he's going to give you a chance to win. And that's why it's no secret the Ottawa 67's on a 7-game winning streak right now. Why? Play like that. Play from your goalie. And that's why they're going to be one of the most dangerous outs in the playoffs because their goaltending's been the most consistent.
Yeah, absolutely. And finally, last question. Which team do you think wins the 2026 OHL Championship? A whopping 94% chose the Brantford Bulldog. The runner-up, Windsor Spitfire, at 6%. My runner-up would have been Flint. As
Me
of
too.
right now.
Flint too.
But Brantford's not done, by the way, for anyone wondering. They're not done yet. This is not a finished product. What you saw in Kingston and Ottawa, and this is no knock at any of the younger players that got an opportunity to play for the Brantford Bulldogs. This is what happens when you have a lot of highly skilled players that go off to the World Junior. The Ottawa 67s did not beat the Brantford Bulldogs on the final game before Christmas. Let's tone it down a bit. I'm going to get to that in the power rankings. Yes, Ottawa probably provides the toughest test for the Bulldog. I think that's a pretty obvious comment by me. But let's actually look at that game a little bit deeper than the score. I know it was 6-0. You're missing a third of your top 6 up front. You're missing half your blue line. That's all I'm going to say until we get to the power. But Brantford would have been my pick as well, Colin. I'm going to assume it's probably yours as well.
Yeah, Brantford's my pick. I think, and for that reason, I have the D-core. The D-core is the best D-core in the OHL. They have NHL D on their team. I mean, you look at the amount of defensemen that aren't going to play in the NHL, that team, there's not a lot. I mean, Vlad Drevetsky's your 6th defenseman, and the guy's going to be a first-round pick in the NHL draft this year. That just screams everything about where they're at right now. Down the middle, though, they have to get better to win an OHL championship. They're dead last in the dot this year. Yeah. They have to get a lot better in the face-off dot to legitimately win a championship. Because if they're losing puck battles in the face-off dot in the playoffs, they're not going to win an OHL championship. That's just the reality of it. Is when's the last time the dead last team in the OHL in the face-off dot has won an OHL championship? I don't think that's ever happened. So that's one thing that has to be a lot better for the Brantford Bulldogs to win an OHL championship. On paper, right now they're the best team. That's why I have them. And if they don't figure out their face-off dot, they're not beating the Ottawa 67s in a playoff round. I'll tell you that. Yeah. And the history shows for that too in the first round matchup 2 seasons ago as well with Dave Cameron and the way he matched up against Brantford. And I think that's what Ottawa is going to do in the deadline. I think they're going to go out and get the best centers available, 1 through 3 lines, match up, center v center. And we're going to say, hey, we're going to face off you, and that's why we're going to beat you. Mm-hmm. We're going to forecheck the heck out of you, and we're going to win face-offs, and you are not beating that. So that's probably what the 67s are going to do, and they've already showed that so far in some of the rumors as well, swirling. I mean, that's what their plan is, and I think that's a dangerous plan for the 67s. So I think it gives them a great opportunity.